One time I shared with you a women's conference that I had been attending for many years in a row. And every time I share about dua, I feel like compelled to tell the story because it's so incredible, mashallah. And this women's conference, local, mashallah, for years and years and years, year after year after year after year. And there's a sister that I would meet year after year after year after year. And her story was always very similar. It was always pretty much the same thing. Please, Dr. Nadia, make dua for me. I'm trying to raise my children Muslim and to pray, but I don't have any support from my husband. He doesn't pray and he's not interested in trying. And on top of it all, it seemed like every year was getting worse and worse. He was kind of spiraling into difficult habits. In this case, it was literally alcoholism. And she said to me, how do you convince children to pray and to keep up that fard that Allah has asked us to when there's literally not just someone not praying, but openly sinning in front of us? Hard. It was very hard. You could see the struggle, and I kept giving her advice and saying the thing I would hear my teacher say very often: never, ever, ever downplay the power of dua. Do everything you possibly can. And we go through things, 1, 2, 3, these are things you can do. But never downplay the power of dua when you think you've tried everything you can possibly try. Then one year, in one of the conferences, a sister came up and she said, Dr. Nadia, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. And you don't recognize me? And I do this very often. As anybody who knows, mashallah. They're like, don't you? And I'm like, mashallah. And she's like, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, so-and-so? Wallahi, like I truly, truly could not recognize her. Like it's as though someone, I don't know, Yani, she didn't do any cosmetic surgery or anything like that. But it was like her face was completely different. And she said, oh, I have to tell you, I need dua. And I thought, I'm going to hear the same story that I've been hearing for many years. And she said, but this time it had to do with her daughter. And I said, khair. And she said, she got in a terrible car wreck. Oh, subhanallah, ya Rabbi. And she said, oh, no, she's okay now. I said, okay, alhamdulillah. But you have to understand, that is a good thing. And I said, how could a car wreck possibly be a good thing? And then she said, when that happened, the person who had hit her was a drunk driver. And for whatever reason, it snapped her husband, who'd been in this like alcoholic stupor for so long, snapped him out of it. And when you know somebody who's been drinking for a long time, you can't just sort of cold turkey very easily. You cannot. SubhanAllah, it takes time. But this man, cold turkey. And then she points over there where the masjid was, and she goes, he's there. And I was like, he's there? This man who like refused to pray, who refused like everything. And we would take counseling, refuse counseling. Imam, talk to an imam, refuse the imam. Wouldn't even step foot in the masjid, was literally in the musalla. And she said he cold turkey, stopped the alcohol, got clean, got better, started praying. And he was now fully involved in this family after years and years and years and years of her complaints. And she said, you always said the power of dua. And I thought, la ilaha illallah. I mean, not always do you hear the full ending of a story necessarily, but this was amazing, truly amazing, and something you don't necessarily always expect to hear. And so even when you feel like a person, you're going to give up on them, don't, because Allah doesn't give up on us.